Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. I'm your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Tonight we are going to be discussing the latest episode of Raising Kanan Season 4, episode number 8, called Street Struck. A little tongue twister, but that's fine. We'll get through it. Sometimes I'll be trying to make sense of the title, but I don't feel like it today. All right, we're going to be discussing our favorite moments, least favorite moments, scratching my head moments as well. I think we're going to have some fun. Let's hope so. All right, now let's get into this. I have one guest that's coming in. My girl, Pretty Girl Loves Trap Content. Hey, girl.
Hello.
How are you?
I don't know, feeling a little goofy. It's okay.
And that's just, yeah, like, come on, you already know. Goof troop over here. Like, I love it. I'm so but I'm sorry. I hope that I'm able to like have all that good energy because I'm so drained. But it's all good because we're gonna talk, okay? Because guess who's back? Lou, as y'all can see on the thumbnail, my guy is back. He never left, first of all. He tried to tell people that. See, that's the problem, though, PG, is that people don't let sleeping dogs lie, right? Or sleeping freaking dragons, bears, lions, tigers. They don't let them sleep. Like, because they feel like, oh, that he used to be like this back in the day, or he used to be like, oh, he's soft now. No, nobody turns soft. That's not how that goes. They just matured and they probably, they changed their ways, things of that nature. But please believe that if a person used to be crazy, don't mess with them if they on chill mode now. They're just trying to change their lives and relax. Like, don't do that. Don't mess with somebody that used to go crazy. That's what I'm saying. And my thing is, I never looked at Lulu as a crazy person. It's just that nigga can kill you with a smile on his face. That's crazy. He never does anything in a crazy, erratic type of way. That's not the type of crazy I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody that's super calm and will apply that pressure. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. So what's up to Dexter Cumberbatch, Stephen Harris, Hope Lee, LSW? Thank you so much for joining. How do you guys feel about this situation with Lulu? Like, honestly, I feel like he really wanted to not be involved in this life anymore. But the way that them dudes was coming at him, you know how Lulu give it up. Pretty Girl, what do you have to say about this? Let me know, girl, what you think.
Yeah, I was excited. I'm not even gonna lie. A part of me was like, dang, I don't want Lulu to really have to go back because I know it's really not healthy for him.
Right.
But it's just something exciting about just his methods. I just love Lulu because when he first went to Kenyatta, he was like he was able to size the situation and assess. He's like, okay, all right.
Right.
Okay, sleep on me. He came back and did his thing. I just love Lou. Like I said, he's just so chill, cool, calm, debonair.
Yes.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. Something about Lulu activated. I enjoy it.
Right? No, but like, and I'm not trying to like skip to like the favorite moments, but that was my favorite. I'm sorry, like this moment right here.
Yes,
that was my favorite moment.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, guys. I don't like seeing Lulu. No, that's a lie. Like, I like seeing Lulu like this because, like I said, because he's calm. There's something about a calm, crazy person or a calm gangster. Like, it's just something about it because you know why? Because you don't see that person coming.
Yeah.
You don't see that person coming, and that's like one of the most dangerous people. And I'm basically, that happens in real life. You don't want them problems in real life, but I'm talking about TV. It's the most entertaining type of gangster you want to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have this scene where he's telling, hey, AG and Marlon Easton, and I'm sorry, who else was up in here real quick? I wanted to say hi to Monica. How are you? So he's over here rationally telling B Rilla, like, you're a freaking fool. Okay, you done messed up. I don't know what the heck is going on with you. And then, and even then, he tries to go and talk to Kenyatta and that other fool. Now, when Kenyatta said, I don't appreciate the inference, Lou said, don't give up.
Like Kenyatta over here talking in riddles, Dr. Umar, all of it, the thing. He's like, I'm not trying to hear none of that. Like,
I don't give a F. I don't give a F. The nigga messed up. He steered you wrong. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming to you. I'm asking you nicely. Okay, but then the dude, first of all, Kenyatta's a whole bully. His whole character is a scratching my head moment because you can't be out here with the emoji, whatever the heck all of that peaceful stuff is that he's on and be a bully.
Yeah.
Like, you're a whole bully out here, a robber and a killer. Like, what are you doing?
He's a fraud.
And selling books on top of that. Like, so I would say that the dude on the right kind of messed everything. He kind of like still signed the death certificate.
Yeah.
But knowing Kenyatta, that it would have been up anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's like, the way he's been showing us, it's either you gonna get down or lay down. Like, you're going to freaking do this. Like he said to be real, like, you're gonna do this whether you want to or not, willingly or unwillingly.
Fact.
Like, which don't matter. But I think what happened when this guy showed up, he kind of like was, hurling the insults and then kind of like calling Lou soft, and then you had Kenyatta kind of like, adding on to it, you know what I'm saying? And then the dude with the right, he had the blicky on his side. Yeah. So, Lou is looking at it like, okay, like he already know what it is now. At this point, he knows what it is. And when Lulu looks at you with that face right there, please believe me, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Start the time clock.
Yeah, exactly. He gave them that look because they was like, all right, you need to go or something. Like, he like no words, just that look. Like, yeah, okay.
Yep.
And he had to tell B Rilla, like, B Rilla's like, yo, like, here's my thing, PG, right? B Rilla, remember how he was acting to Lulu, trying to act all hard and everything? And Lulu was like, all right, let me leave before I do something I'm going to regret or whatever. B Rilla over there talking about something. I'd like to see that. Lou said, no, you wouldn't, right? Now, see, he was talking to Lulu at the time like he didn't know who Lou Thomas was. Now, in this episode, clearly, I guess, and I'm just gonna, how they like to make us figure things out? Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that maybe now, after Lulu told him that, like, no, you wouldn't, he went and did his homework on Lulu.
Yeah, that was actually one of my scratching my head. It's like, you talking big-ish. Mm-hmm. A couple episodes ago, but now apparently you talking about back in the day, Lou. So
right,
like I'm confused.
Exactly, because if you would have knew that already, you wouldn't have been talking slick.
And not only just not know that Lou's about that life, you really not about that life.
There you go. That part.
Yeah, that was baffling to me.
Like, you're really not about that life, but you over here acting like, come on, Lulu over here really. And then he said it too. He's like, oh, well, what did he say? What did B Rilla say when he was like, I'm sorry. Lou was like, yeah, you messed up. You know what I'm saying? And now they coming for you or whatever. And he's like, and now they coming for me too, because of the fact that I stepped into your stupid stuff. Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, let's tell him to come then. Like, boy, you ain't about to do nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you have? What do you have? What do you have? You gonna rhyme them to death? Like, I don't
right. And your mind is so jacked up that you can't even spit anymore.
Exactly. And
you in the booth. Yeah, you're in the booth.
Struggle bus.
Oh my, yes, the struggle is real in the booth right now. So Lulu was like, yo, this nigga think you need sleep. Like, what's going on?
I'm like, if you acting like this in a booth, I'm scared to see you in an interrogation room.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, girl. That's such a great point. That's such a great point. And now that kind of scares me because,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, that kind of scares me because,
Yeah, because old girl at the bookstore, she always caught my attention. I'm like,
mm,
she's the only one that can probably pinpoint, this link, between Lulu and Kenyatta and Julius. Like,
mm-hmm.
can attest to them having some beef right before he fell, So I don't know. I always had my eye on her because it seems like when he first said, oh, I trust her with my life. So it seems to me that they're very close. So I'm just hoping
Yeah.
not go down at the hands of this. That would pee me off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. And when he was telling him about it, Rilla, when he was telling Lou about it, I was like, don't get involved, Lou. Don't get involved, Lou.
Yes.
But at the same time, like once Lulu did get involved and he had this encounter that we see on the screen, I was like, Lou, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Like such a freaking, I don't know, like a hypocrite. Oh, not really, but like it was confusing, but it was like, this is the reason why you always know that this life is not for you, meaning me. This life is not for you because these are the type of decisions you got to make when you get into these type of situations.
Yeah, life or death.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, just because Lulu came and tried to talk these dudes down, now they're gunning for him. It wasn't even a crazy like situation. It wasn't even a crazy conversation. It's just the fact that he came and now they feel, disrespected or whatever.
Yeah, and partially I feel like also because Lulu knows, because when they first had seen, they was concerned about Be-Rilla snitching or,
right.
them out. So now they think, especially now they think Lulu out the game, think he a citizen. That's probably also letting them know, like, we can't really trust this information with Lulu.
Right. And that makes sense. And because first I'm thinking to myself, well, if y'all know Lulu, like, why would you think he would snitch? But they're so sold on the fact that he's like not whitewashed, but
yeah,
a sellout.
Like, the white man and got all this
right. So they're looking at him in a total different light. And it's just like I said, when somebody changes their ways from, how they used to be, don't bother them.
Yeah.
Leave them alone because at the end of the day, that it's still there. It's just, it's still there.
It's just dormant right now.
Yes, it's dormant. And, you never, ever want to wake that thing up ever, like ever with anybody. Like that's just it's not cool. But anyway, he's back and listen, my guy, he with a whole smile, like I'm like he's super happy. Like, why does this dude smile? Remember when he shot that Italian dude point blank, and the dude was like, "You don't want to do this?" He said, "Yeah, I do." Chewing gum,
yes,
like nothing.
I love it.
We're so terrible for loving it.
I know, right?
God forgive us. It's fake. I would never. I wouldn't ever want to see something like that happen for real. But for entertainment purposes, of course, I'm here for it all day. And that is that. Okay.
Borderline self-defense, I'm just saying.
Yes. Right. It's definitely self-defense.
And he's been stressed about fame and everything. This is, a stress reliever, if you will.
Yeah. And now his mother's dead and he don't want to freaking talk about it. So yeah. Now that's something that put a smile on his face. And of course, I love the narration that grown Kanan did when he was basically saying that, like, they always talk about fiends, drug fiends, and how it's very hard to shake. It's kind of the same thing with the game.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So there you go. When this episode started, Marvin was wilding, girl.
Yeah.
He goes and he robs and he deletes Quan. To me, like I've never looked at Marvin as a crazy person. I've always looked at him as an angry person. I saw the crazy. I was like, what's going on here? Like I literally saw fragments of Juke all over that scene. Like he's like, oh, you don't want to say, all right, goes over, just shoots the guys, like no hesitation. And he was already doing stuff before he shot those two guys, and clearly those guys meant something to Quan. They must have been family or something, because he started crying. Like, you saw that tear. He was already laying niggas down.
Yeah.
Before they show, but you can hear what he was doing, right? You like, what the heck is going on here? Like, this is a crazy opening scene. And for me, guys, that was the first time I ever looked at Marvin like, yo, he's crazy. This is where Juke gets it from. She tried to tell us though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm you, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah. This was the first time, well, I don't say the first time, but to my recollection, where I saw, I don't want to use the term goofy, but Marvin was just like, I don't know, it just seems like, I don't want to say lack maturity, but this was like a different Marvin. Maybe, I mean, maybe crazy is the best term.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He just seemed like, I don't know.
Unhinged, maybe?
Yeah, unhinged, like, I don't know. It was a little weird.
It was, yeah, because we're going to do our scratching my head moments, right? Because this is a segue. And this is not my biggest scratch in my head moment, right? But I didn't understand why he did all of that with a mask on. And then once he gets the code to the safe or whatever, he takes his mask off. And normally when someone takes the mask off, you know that's a bad sign, because that means you're going to kill that person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why go in there anyway with them on? All right, fine. Maybe there's cameras and things of that nature. But then once again, why take it off? And sometimes people take it off so you can see them at the end before they freaking, blast you or whatever. But when the thing that makes me scratch my head is that Marvin said, I'm sorry, not Marvin, Quan, he said, you're Rock's brother. Mm-hmm. Marvin's face was on some surprise type stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you recognize me, nigga? Okay, yeah, no, I'm not just Rock's brother. I'm the nigga that's about to push you down.
Like, yeah. It's like, oh, that's Brandy's brother. No, I'm not just Brandy's brother. I'm Ray J. I'm thinking also.
Oh my God.
I was thinking Marvin needed that mask to stay on to get the code from the safe so Quan can have some type of hope that this was just a robbery.
Okay.
That's the only thing I'm thinking. And then, of course, we got the code and opened up the safe. He was like, I can reveal myself, because I guess the whole thing, they wanted to look like a robbery, not like a intended attack from Rock or like an op or anything. That's what I'm thinking. Because if he revealed himself as Marvin, Paul would be like, heck nah, I'm not giving y'all nothing. Like, you have to just put it down,
Right. And see, that's the part that makes sense. But then the part that screws that all up is him taking the mask off.
Because he took it off after he got the safe open.
Yeah.
So like, there's no point of me revealing myself, because now, I mean, he was going to die anyway. Quan just he didn't know he was going to die. It was probably some hope in Quan's perspective. Like, hey, if I give him the code, because he was asking, like, hey, if I give you the code, are you going to let me live? And I was like, if you don't give me the code, you definitely going to die.
Right. So like, you damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Exactly. Quan was probably thinking, like, let me go ahead and take my chances. Okay.
Right.
I'm gambling and see, regardless, it's a lose-lose situation, but
totally lose-lose. I mean, yeah. Like I said, once he took the mask off, it was like, okay, yeah, we understand what's going to happen now. Yeah. But it was Marvin's reaction to Quan recognizing him. Like, oh, you recognize me? Okay, you really got to die now. No, you kind of made... All right. You made it seem like you was already going to kill him anyway. So, just like, I hate those... Sorry, go ahead.
Because he was like, I'm more than that. When he said you Rock brother, he's like, I'm more than that. You know
okay.
So I think that's part of it too. Like, nah, you ain't gonna play me like that.
Yeah, you're right. Because you like, nah, I don't like that, bro. You should have said Marvin. You shouldn't have said no damn Rock's brother. I'm tired of that. Hey, Jesus. Yeah.
It's on the
On
night.
the night. Oh my goodness. After Juke told Kanan that Fame's death was from the street, I knew Snaps and Pops was involved. It was a weird reveal though, but I'm glad we know the truth. Yeah, so since we're on the scratching my head moment segment, Pretty Girl, what was your scratching my head moment?
I had a few, but one of the main ones was the Be Rilla being confused about. Well, I was confused about his acknowledgement in terms of Lou's gangsterism. That threw me off. My scratch in my head does. I have another one regarding Snap and Pops because they always, even in this episode, they referred to them as the adults when they was speaking to Unique, right? So it's like y'all so vets in the game. Why are y'all involving yourselves with goofy cops who don't know how to do things right? Like that didn't make sense to me unless they used to have cops that did they dirty work and maybe they retired and they had to recruit 2 new ones. I don't know. These cops seem of age, so it's like why they just goofy. Like I don't understand. They making rookie mistakes, so I don't understand why they're depending on them. And you got goons. You got goons to handle that. So what was the difference between cops doing it versus goons? Unless I can see pros and cons with both, but I don't know. It was just weird.
It was a whole scratch in my head moment for me. Like I just didn't understand it. I'm like, why? Yeah. Why? Because my thing is, and if you can help me out, why would they want to put Fame down? I don't give a dag on what they talking about. They tried to clean it up to try to give us a little explanation, talking about some we just didn't want anything coming back on our what could have possibly came back that Fame was involved in? What could have came back to them? Did they know Freddie? Like, I mean, I'm just girl.
I know, right? This is the thing. Everybody's saying Fame is snitching. The last thing we heard that he was being questioned about Howard. Of course, Howard links the case. So that's the problem. We don't know exactly what Famous was saying, but the fact that, and I didn't realize this to this episode, I didn't realize Kanan was the only drug dealers they were working with, because they made it seem like Snap and Pops had their hands in different people's pockets. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't realize, like, Kanan seems like their main source of funding, or at least when it comes to the drug business. I know they got their own, bar and everything, but it seems like Kanan's lucrative, in terms of what he's bringing them. So I can see it now as them under, like, hey, we're trying to protect what Famous may have been saying, but the fact that we don't know what Famous has been saying, because couldn't he say anything? I don't know.
What really could he say? He freaking deleted somebody. That was the biggest problem.
Yeah.
That was the biggest problem. And it had nothing to do with any of these people. Like, it was, oh my gosh, this is so dumb. Like, sometimes they be like dropping the ball a little bit. And I mean, like, nice try, you know what I'm saying? But no.
Yeah, unless they think Famous was really snitching on Kanan. I don't know, because they didn't discuss what he was saying. Then maybe because they depend on Kanan for funding, but we don't know. They never discussed what, or even if he was snitching.
Right. They just over here and then somebody, Dale said that Ronnie told Snaps and Pop that no, sorry. At Miss K, Ronnie hates Famous so much he told Snap and Pops he talks. I mean, no, that doesn't even really make that much sense, because he had like one run-in with Famous, right? And he hemmed them up.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Ronnie would have taken care of that situation on his own with his crazy self. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Maxima? I'm going to get to your super chat in a minute, DeMarcus. Thank you. The fact that Famous is close to Kanan, so he might know that Kanan messed with them. They wanted that information gone, if it was something or not. I mean, we can try. I appreciate folks trying to make it make sense. No. For me, it needs to be better. That's it. Like, it needs to be better than that. I just don't like it. It has to be. Because it's like, oh, like if I'm in their position, right? Oh, Kanan has a friend. Maybe we should kill his friend because his friend might be talking.
Yeah. And
Like,
it's like they so far, they seem like they insulate themselves enough to where if Kanan get hemmed up, they wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, it wouldn't affect them on some level.
yeah.
Unless, I mean, really, if it's financial, yeah, but I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It was just interesting.
Oh, yeah, girl. They be stretch Armstrong in. Mm. Thank you for the $5 super chat, DeMarcus. He said, Snaps and Pop, very vicious by using Officer Pickett and Wiley to smoke and torture famous Snaps and Pop, giving me Jerome and Louis vibes. I don't think so. But I kind of get what you mean a little bit, just a little bit, because here's what I also noticed, PG, and I'm starting to hate Pop. What's his name? Snaps. He will build somebody up, like give them kind of like a compliment or whatever. Like, we like you, Kanan. You know what I'm saying? But the company that you keep could be your downfall, whatever. That's me paraphrasing, right?
Yeah.
Then you get this chick coming behind him talking about some, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You surround yourself with a lot of suckers and you the biggest one. Like, what?
Yeah.
Why though?
Yeah, it's like he bigs the person up and she tears them right back down.
Yeah. And it's like, why do y'all even want to work with these people? I can't wait. I feel like they're next.
Oh yeah,
I don't see the need for them to go into the next season because they need to be next, and we can see how adamant what is her name? I'm sorry, Juke. She really wants revenge for Famous. And so if they find out that Snaps and Pop had anything to do with the situation, it's going down. So, and I'm totally fine with that. What's up, Dexter? Singer one. Sorry, what'd you say?
Oh, I said I am not attached to these people. So.
Not at all. They gotta go. Miss K, the next big death is Stefano or Snaps and Pops. Yeah. Because it's a lot, guys. All right, let me see if there's another scratch in my head moment around here that I have. Oh, here is one scratch in my head moment that I had. Let me take one from Marlon Easton. Said scratching my head moment was, how did Cricket Cops know exactly what time and what bus Crystal was on? And she asked that question as well. She asked that question. So maybe now, because of the simple fact that and I kind of feel like I could maybe bring some logic to this, right? Maybe because of the simple fact that now that Kanan is asking questions and they're saying that, you know, word on the street is that some cops snatched up Fame. So, you know what I mean? So now they're saying, okay, we got to get on this because y'all ninjas is sloppy. So yeah, now we probably have eyes on Kanan and associates at this point.
Yeah, that's how I justified it as well. Because you know, Kanan, he be on Front Street. So I can see them following him from his trap house to his apartment, you know, and all that. I was just asking earlier in my live, like, did y'all follow her to Rock's house? Because now Rock's residence will be exposed too.
Okay. Yeah, right. Exactly. So thank you for saying that, because that's my next scratch in my head moment. Why you go to this woman's house? First of all, we heard her telling Kanan, I don't think your mom would do anything like that. I saw her. She looked really hurt and blah, 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 right? Kanan don't want to hear nothing at this point. So we already know that. We're not going to talk about that. But you go to the mother's house now and you tell her that Kanan is losing all his friends and he's thinking that somebody is doing this, blah, blah, blah. You know daggone well who he thinks it is, but you won't tell her. Instead, you try to get on her as a mother and say, you know, that's what my mom used to say when she didn't want to take accountability for the bull. Girl, don't come to my door telling me something like this, because at first it seemed like you're trying to come warn me about my son, keep an eye on him, this and that. Tell me that this little nigga thinks that I freaking killed his friend. That would help.
Yes.
But you over here came to my door for what? And I live in the boonies. Why would you come out here?
Mm-hmm.
That's confusing to me.
Yeah, it makes no sense, because the best way for me to protect my son is for me to know everything that you know.
Thank you. You went over to the house for no reason. Like, that makes literally no sense.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You took 2 buses over here for what? This is retarded. Like, I don't understand.
Right, girl, you should, and then you waited tonight through the nighttime to get on a different bus. You could have been on the bus.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand. You want me to protect my son, but my son, that's the thing. You go to Rock to look after her son, who very much her son may be going after if he really thinks. So it's like, how am I supposed to protect him? And he may be after me. I don't understand. Like, how was that even? I don't understand. It's confusing. And I'm like, Juke and Crystal have both been confusing me this episode. Because I low-key respect them trying to keep Kanan's thoughts in confidence. But keeping Kanan's thoughts in confidence that doesn't work, because he's a bonehead. Like,
yeah, right. No, you can't do that. If you really want to help Kanan, unfortunately, he's the type of cousin you got to snitch on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, or else folks is gonna die. We've seen this happen time and time again, y'all.
Yes.
When Kanan gets in his head, folks die.
Yep.
And it doesn't even mean that he's the one that's killing them. It's because it's just like a Tariq thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's indirect.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's the root to the deaths that happen. And it's like, you can't allow it. You can't do that. And my thing is, for Juke, like you said, the confusing part about it is she often knows so much. And for her now to be on this little wave, Kanan's wave, it's weird.
Yeah. I don't like
it's weird. It's unhealthy. It's just not safe.
Yeah.
That girl lost her mind. So that was my scratch in my head. I'm like, girl, why did you come here?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. You shouldn't have came. You should have kept it moving. You call yourself coming. Then you got the nerve to be trying to get at me as a mom. That's what my mom would say, girl.
First of all, you don't know half of what's going on with me and my son. Like,
nothing. Like, really, really nothing. Not even the surface. We're going to get our answers on how Fame was tortured and killed through Crystal POV being tortured and kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody says that she's next, I don't care, honestly. She can go too. Juke is more intelligent to be listening and agreeing with Kanan. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, a lot of stuff doesn't make sense now. I think because they're trying to like make this little turning point with the characters. They're not. See, before it was a slow burn, but I think what happens is they go wrong when they start listening to the viewers.
Yeah.
Don't start listening to them.
Yeah. That's my main critique with Juke this season. It's like, y'all been doing a great job, developing this character. And it seems like in a matter of 2 episodes, she do like, I don't want to say a 180, but it's you go from being a shy girl at the club to getting your rocks off. Like, that's not a smooth transition. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there may be, we don't know the timeline from, one episode to the other in that sense, but I would appreciate if it was maybe like a year later, you know what I'm saying? She got comfortable. Like, I don't like this. I don't like her flow in this season.
Me neither. Yeah. I think that, I don't know. I was about to say they probably just didn't have enough faith that they were moving at a good pace with her. And I think they were. Yeah. Because they want to see it. And my thing is, y'all seen it already.
Yeah.
You know exactly how the story ends. Why do you need to see it right now that quick?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When Juke and Rock was at their mom's house packing up her stuff, because I was kind of trying to think about her POV, right? Because when Rock asked her, "Hey, what's Kanan thinking about in terms of fame?" If he think he knows who murked fame, he's going to do something really bad, right? So Juke was like, "Nobody know nothing. We don't know nothing." So, do you think it's more so her side eyeing Rock, or her just don't want to alarm and create more drama? Like, I don't know. It's just weird because I'm like, I don't know. I know you like to be quiet, Juke, but this would be a perfect time to be like, you know what? I gotta tell her.
Yeah, right. And so here's the thing, right? It's one or two things. You're trying to, like you said, you're either side eyeing her, right? Or you, yeah, it's not one or two things. It's kind of all the same, right? Because if she's side eyeing Rock, that means she's listening to Kanan. And if she's listening to Kanan, that's the reason why she's not going to freaking say anything, because Kanan told her nobody knows better than her son what she would and wouldn't do. So if Juke believes what Kanan is saying, she probably thinks that she's protecting him from Rock, because she'll do anything, even delete her own son. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I could think of.
Yeah,
because they have a very close relationship, and I'm talking about Juke and Rock, to the point where Rock told her that she was pregnant by Unique, told her that she may have loved Unique, all of this stuff. And Juke knows this, which is the reason why her first reaction was, no, Rock would never do that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, this is something that why are you listening to Kanan?
Yeah.
When she done called Kanan out for being stupid so many times. Remember that time when after Kanan tried to put down Howard and they had him in the back of the store and she came and she was talking and he was like, yeah, he was trying to talk big, like, yeah. I had to do what I had to do for my family, this and that. She was like, you sound so stupid.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't mind to like just yes. Yeah. And so for her now to be listening to him, that you're right, it's so confusing.
Yeah.
And it scares me because of, I'm afraid that they're shifting this narrative where it's kind of like somebody's gonna turn against Rock, and I don't like it. It makes me, it's giving me an uneasy feeling.
Yeah, there's two things that I also was thinking about, if you don't mind. The first question she asked, how did Grandma die?
Yeah, that was a scratching my head moment though. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So I'm like, okay, in my eyes, I would just think it's cancer because y'all know she was over here sickly, whatever. But my thing is, and I'm like, this is, Juke is a studier of people. You know what I'm saying? She's a psychologist in her own right? So I feel like sometimes, and this may be like a feeler or a tester question because she knows her family, right? So I'm like, is this a situation where she's asking this question because she's trying to study if Rock is lying or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, you try to, pull out questions like, let me try to, give you a tester question before, we get into something. I don't know. It just feels like it was kind of a weird placement. Like, why are you asking about Grandma? And I feel like she's trying to feel Rock out.
Yeah. I was weirded out by that. Yeah. I knew there was one more scratching my head moment. I'm so glad, because girl, I was like, why does this episode got all these scratching my head moments going on? Like, I was just like, are you freaking kidding me? The freaking chick, you should have heard me. Like, I was not polite. I was like, the bee had cancer. Like, what are you talking about? and that's terrible. I'm like, God forgive me. Why am I calling this lady a bee? Like, I don't even understand.
She was.
She was.
Rest her soul.
She was, but I'm just like, what do you mean? Yeah. How did she die? So weird. The stupidest freaking question.
Yeah.
How did she die? That's the reason why it should have been a very simple task, for what Rock had to do, or what one of the brothers would have had to do, whatever. It should have been a simple task that should not have been questioned. She was on hospice.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said the bee was on hospice. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't get it.
That's
how did she die? Any day now, she was gonna die.
Yeah. I don't know. That's
Girl.
And there was one more thing that kind of made me feel like Juke is questioning Rock. So when her and Kanan was at the diner, when she was like saying no, Rock would never. She loved Fame. He was like she loved D Wiz too. And see, this is a scene that annoyed me, right? Because I go back to season 1 when Juke got off the bus after from seeing Nicole, and she saw D Wiz get in the car with Lulu. Like they never followed up with that. So I'm thinking like, hey, is this the first time? Because we know Juke is smart, but this is, I feel like the first time Kanan is even mentioning on some level Rock doing D Wiz in. So, because in my head, I'm like, from Juke's point of view, did she ever think that Rock was behind that? They never followed up with that, because I'm like, what was the point of Juke ever seeing D Wiz get in the car with Lulu that night? They never had any follow-up scenes or anything. They just kind of left it alone.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is she now like saying, putting 2 and 2 together, like, oh,
I think she knew.
You think she knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she knew. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because, like, when this show first came out, I did like a whole video about how she be knowing stuff. And I put, and I was trying to connect the dots and wonder why she knew so much. And then I kind of tied it into the fact that they were saying Marvin kind of had like a big mouth and he would talk and things of that nature. But remember, he was kind of using drugs and things like that. And I said, maybe she would overhear conversations just from simply being in the house with her dad, you know? Because remember, she was telling Kanan all kinds of stuff, like not telling him, but she was like, there's just stuff in this family that you don't know. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that was the thing that was like, yeah, she's privy to information, but I don't think it's because they're telling her.
No, yeah, definitely.
She's listening. But I think Marvin is a lot better with it now. But yeah, and then something like that, just getting off the bus, and the last person that you see D Wiz with when he was alive was your uncle. You can't tell me she didn't know her uncle was a hitman.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, this little ninja turns up dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't know what her thought process was. Even though I do know Juke knows a lot, I just didn't know if she, not to say Rock had the potential to do all that, but I don't know if she knew that, okay, Unique told Rock street see the body, and Rock having to make that decision. Like, I just didn't want to put all that together. Not saying she was capable of it, but I just didn't know if, from her point of view, if she was privy to all those type of conversations. You know what I'm saying? Even though the streets talk.
Right. And that's the reason. And that's what I'm saying. It was really pretty much just like a theory kind of thing, because they make us put stuff together. Because they don't freaking answer questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, they make us see things and we got to piece it all together and all that. So that's my only reason why I went that route. But yeah, you're absolutely right. They should have followed up. They never did. Just like they never followed up on High Post. I mean, I believe that Rock set him on fire. I really believe that. And I would love for them to confirm. But all you keep hearing is people alluding to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, girl, I don't know. So this was a very stupid question. It does feel like in this moment there was a disconnect. Instead of Rock and Juke being normal Rock and Juke, it was a disconnect going on. So now her and Kanan are just, they were always close, but now her and Kanan are just a little too close, where she's not, checking him like she used to.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah. Super duper weird. So can I just say real quick that Imani, she always has some extra questions for Lou after she gets the peen. He must be putting it down, because, girl, every time, you even said this, right? Why was she asking certain questions after he hit it? Why you didn't ask some things before that? Now he done gave you the loving and you got all these questions, and now, is this a full-time thing or a part-time thing? And and listen, I could What did she say? I could get extra jobs too now.
Yeah, like you could find other work. Girl,
Right,
well,
other work.
go to Indeed.com, Craigslist, go wherever you need to go. Go to the classifieds, get some other work because I'm tired. Like she acting like her and Lewis just really have this
Yes.
history.
Yes.
You don't
And
know
it's like she's forcing the connection but the weird thing is that Lou is here for it seems like.
Yeah. I want to think he knows better, but with Lulu, you can never tell when it comes to the women's.
Yeah.
I don't know. Part of me thinking like, is this an assignment from Lowell to kind of, be Lulu's handler and you just got caught up? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just you coming on real strong. It's weird.
Yeah. And he like, I'm here, girl, full time. I'm like, huh? And then now she wants him to, talk about his mom and the passing. And he's just like, well, I really do want to talk to you about that, but I just haven't really processed my feelings yet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. But I'm like, all right, girl. I don't know, but
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's something about it that's giving me I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, girl.
It doesn't feel natural,
It doesn't. She's not allowing anything to be natural. And I understand that you feel somebody, you want to ask questions or things like that. But like I feel like a lot of the questions should be asked, like you were saying, I think last week, before you get to that stage or whatever. But some people do things backwards. Totally fine, I guess.
Nothing about his mom's before he was digging your back out. Mom's was not even a thought.
No, right? Girl, no. Okay, so let's go to this scene here, girl, which was the most shocking to me. And I mean, did I gasp? Girl, I gasped so loud. And the crazy thing is, like, you knew OC was gonna get it, but I thought that it was gonna be like Kanan or something like that. But you can't be around this type of dude right here. Freaking unstable creature, right? So OC comes to Neek for protection, not really protection, but money so that he can run away, because he's letting him know that he has to leave New York because Kanan knows that he helped take the money. Okay. But unfortunately, Unique at the same time, he's getting the bad news that his connect is dead. So before, Unique was a little chill, like, all right, so don't you think it's kind of stupid that you came here? You know what I'm saying? If he knows that, you know what I'm saying? So he's still in the clear. He had time to leave, but he wasn't reading the room. Poor OC was not reading the room. I don't feel sorry for him, actually, but yeah. And I just kind of feel like his because like I said, he kept going. Remember, he's like Neek calling him and everything. Not like, bro, what are you doing? Pay attention to what the heck is going on. He just got bad news, right? So he's pestering him. And for me, as we all can see, pestering an unstable Unique after he got some bad news was a deadly combination. He's like, I gotta go. You gotta go. Boom. Then shoot him some more. You gone, nigga. You gone. Yo, he shocked the hell out of the guys in the room too.
Yeah.
Because who wants to be around? And these are all killers in the room. Let's not mistake it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But who the hell wants to be around somebody like that?
Yeah.
When you don't even know when he gonna freaking pop off.
That's what I'm saying. He got about one or two more instances, and Jersey's gonna be like, "Nah, we can't rock with this."
Yeah, we gotta go.
I know you talk big stuff in Trenton, but this
is
different.
He was talking some big stuff for Trenton. Like, we about to show these New York niggas how we do. Okay, come through. See what it is.
And that's another scratch in my head moment, because this happened about a week ago. Why are you now just asking for bread?
Yeah, girl.
Why do you didn't take no bread like that?
Why did you take any?
That's why I need to know they still didn't tell us the logistics on how this happened. Because if you had any moments with the bread without Unique's presence, that's your go ahead to take your percentage.
And that's your fault, brother, because I'm done. Hell, if I get into a situation like that and I'm dealing with a crazy ninja and a dude like Kanan, who I know will pop off if he found out, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm taking some bread because first of all, Unique don't know how much bread Kanan got.
Exactly.
I'm taking me some and I'm out of here.
Yes.
Like, why would you put yourself in such a crazy situation?
And it was also crazy to me behind he's so worried about Kanan finding out, but you got a real crazy killer in front of you. So you acting like you scared of Kanan more than Unique, and you met Unique with a blicky in your face.
Girl, that's the thing right there. Like, why would you even think he cares about you? You're annoying him right now.
He couldn't even dap up the fellas good. You over here, Neek. He just got bad news. Sit in the corner. And then you got on this elementary color polo all out in the street. Wear the invisible hoodie like Unique wore so nobody will see him moving around the streets.
Yeah, girl. He did not. Child, that poor baby. But listen, as who said somebody right here, HEA, I don't feel bad for OC. He earned his elimination. It's a fact.
That's fact.
It's a fact. He really did. Some HEA said looking like Chucky.
I said that earlier. I was like,
that's horrible. Yeah, that was horrible.
Ugh.
Yep. So, Cortland, what's up? Starring Toya in the building. Who else flirts next door? Hello, everyone. Hello. So, let's see now. What else? So the funny thing to me, it's not really funny, but I just think that when he found out this information, right? When Neek found out that the Connect was dead, he's like, it's Rock, this and that, Yeah, we know it's Rock because you made yourself appear to her. So now you know what the heck is going on, right? And he over there talking about some Rock, she couldn't go head up. So now she coming for the Connect. What do you expect? How dare you say that she couldn't go head up because you was doing all of this stuff behind the scenes when they didn't even know you were alive.
Yeah.
So how you gonna get mad at her for doing something like this, talking about some she couldn't go head up? She playing the game just like you. Well, not just like you, but very similar.
Yeah, Unique. You was cheating. You was fake dead and doing it.
Right. Exactly. At least you know exactly who did this. She had no clue you out there playing in, behind the shadows. What the heck? Or in the shadows, should I say? Girl, that was crazy. So I just kind of feel like at this point, Neek is gonna mess around and get himself killed because like he ain't even trying to follow the rules of the Italians or like Russo. And the guy from Trenton is trying to tell him, what's his name again? Akbar or something? What's his name?
Yeah.
He over here trying to tell him like, yo, we can't move yet. We can't do nothing yet. He's like, I don't care this and I don't care what they talking about. I'm like, oh gosh. And you saw what Russo said. He said, that's not my problem. You need to have my money.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
the conversation he had with Garcia, I don't know, have me thinking like maybe his end game or his he may get locked up. Because even though Garcia's story is not correct, you know how the clock work. They just need a fall guy.
Yeah. Because I was about to girl, I was about to say Garcia is connecting the dots all wrong, okay? And I was like, yeah, like Unique said, you're a clown.
Yeah.
You were definitely. I loved that scene though, because he was like, is this supposed to be a rhetorical question? Because if not, I can answer. I can answer that for you.
He got away with words.
He really does. He really does. What's up, Kelly Renee and Robbie 10 10437? Sorry. Oh my gosh, does he have a way with words? Sorry. So early, he confirms that, which we already knew this. Duh. He confirms that he was the one that put down that boss, that made man, It was him and his cousin Londell. Remember how we were talking about the Londell name was going to come back around? So Londell just happens to be a big mouth dude who had himself go to jail because of his freaking mouth. So now this is a problem because Marvin is like, yo, like, your cousin got a big freaking mouth, and that person that you put down was a heavily, you know, basically a made man, heavily connected in the mob and all that. You know what I'm saying? This is early. That's on you. You gave me the order, the go ahead. He gave you the go ahead to delete a made man? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, that was weird. And you didn't even get the bread. What was the point? Because now Stefano is probably going to look at the books. I'm sure he's going to look at the books. Oh, he had a debt too early. That's why I feel like how Stefano knows, because Stefano knew the other bookie was skimming off the top. He has to be looking at the book some type of way. So I feel like he already put 2 and 2 together. That's why he asked Marvin.
Because it's very strange how he's just asking. It's kind of like the same type of thing. Like this scene kind of mirrors the scene with Juke and Rock, where it's like you're asking a question that you kind of believe you know the answer to already. Yeah. You're just testing the waters a little bit, or trying to see what the person is gonna say. That's exactly what's going on right here.
Yep.
And it was just like, oh gosh. And to be honest, seeing Marvin look like that and get nervous, I don't think that was written well. All right. People a lot of times, yes, they are afraid of death, they're afraid to die, things of that nature. But Marvin seemed shook in this freaking scene.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it, because to me that's not Marvin.
Yeah.
We had him boss up on him in the last episode, right? Now all of a sudden you got him swallowing hard. Like, oh, I hope I never wear those, never get those shoes in my size or whatever. It's one size fits all, nigga.
Yeah, it's like Marvin has like, he feel like he be like making things lighthearted and joking. He disguise that with probably his real thoughts on some level. Because even when he was lying to Rock about Stefano, and he looked real, like he was feeling a way, like he was kind of scared or nervous lying to her. So he has these moments where he does this,
right?
But it's like he still does dumb-ish.
Yeah, right. And that is true. He does have his moments when he does this, and I feel like when he does it with his sister, it's more understandable.
Yeah.
But when you do it with outside dudes, it's kind of like, no.
Yeah, you showing your slip.
Yeah, like put your skirt down, B. Yeah. Like we know daggone well you're not scared, so cut it out. Like you, and even in this, my sister ain't like out here what do you say? Scorning nobody, scorning nobody.
I'm like, Marvin, what are we talking about?
Right? What are you talking about, Marvin?
Do you think? I'm gonna ask myself. Do you think even Marvin is because Stefano knows about Unique's and Rock's romantic relationship, and Stefano keeps bringing it up? Do you think Marvin even have a clue? Because I'm thinking he just knows like Rock and Unique are cool because Unique saved her life. Like, do you think he has any inkling of their relationship? Because he's smart, dumb.
Yeah, right. And the thing is, like, that's such a good question, because the way he responds to stuff, it seems like he does know.
Yeah,
and that he doesn't really care.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it's so weird, because it's kind of like, if you know, how come you never really said anything? And maybe he's always let her, do whatever she wanted in relationships. Like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think he would care, but he seems like he never really takes a second thought when Stefano says these things. Like,
yes, right, yeah, exactly. Because just like Juke be knowing, I think he be knowing, and that's why I said I feel like that's where she began her information from when she was a kid. Because this ninja be knowing. He knows, but he don't say that, and that's me too. Like, I'm the oldest, and I be knowing stuff. I don't say nothing.
Yeah, you choose your battles. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
I choose my battles. They be sitting there telling me stuff, and I be looking at them like,
Yeah.
yeah, you think I don't know?
The oldest
I
daughter.
know. Yeah, I know.
Just wait for you to
So,
say something.
right, exactly. Just waiting on you. You don't want to say nothing? No problem. I'm gonna act dumb as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Anything else with this one?
It's mainly, I don't know if you saw the previews. That's the part that pissed me off.
Yeah. Speak about it, girl.
When Stefano tells Rock that Marvin was trying to move up, I'm hoping Rock, because she made a face, but you know how these editors be so I'm not sure if it was directly after what Stefano said, but I'm hoping Rock will be dismissive of that claim and knows like Marvin would never do that, because I'm a little nervous because she's probably thinking, well, maybe, he over there lying about Stefano, he over there doing side stuff. So enough things has been happening with Marvin to where it's not completely far-fetched, but I'm just hoping she understands that Marvin is loyal enough. And this is why he should have mentioned to her when they was at their mom's house, like, when he, confessed to being cool with Stefano, he should have also said, Stefano asked you to step aside. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
Things, you with your classmate and y'all beefing, but your parents tell you, no, go ahead, tell the teacher first. So whatever comes back at you, you already covered. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
I don't know.
I'm hoping that she's gonna see that as well.
Yeah.
And also it was a good thing that in this episode he told her the truth about what was going on with Early and this and that. Like, he like, yo, I gotta tell you something. She's like, please no, Marvin, not right now. And he still told her. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that even when she goes and sits next to Stefano, that she can be like, nah, and maybe her answer is, look, I'm loyal to, my family. So get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think, and hopefully that's not something that she said before he said that nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm loyal to my family. He's like, well, he tried to put you on number 2, or he's trying to step over you, whatever. Like, and you know what? I'm hoping that you see the same thing, the same way how I was like, you could tell when Lulu was about to delete somebody. Rock has that same, she has a smile that she gives before she's like, yeah, you're dead.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that that's what's going to happen at that table.
Yeah.
Because we need to sign that warrant, that death warrant for Stefano. Stefano. I be freaking messing this guy's name up sometimes.
I know, I'm like that.
Yeah, so.
And also, I'm hoping Rock will reference the fact that Marvin suggested to take out Stefano. Because why would you want to take somebody out that you want to work with? You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that conversation will be a callback. But I do know, like, and that's the thing, when Andre had that conversation with Rock about telling her Marvin has been seen with Stefano, she was so hurt. She was like, my Marvin?
Right.
Like, I was just like, him keeping a secret from me? Like, so now she's kind of, not saying getting used to Marvin hiding things from her, but she's like, Marvin, you've been keeping secrets. Like,
yeah.
I'm just
because he's been her right hand for for the past, ever since stuff been hitting the fan with Lulu. He really stepped up, and so she's always looking at him like he's the F up, but now she's like, since I need him, I send him to do this and send him to do that. He's taking on a lot more responsibility, doing what he has to do, holding it down, even though he be messing stuff up a lot. So I could see why she would be disappointed. Like, why would he hold, you know what I mean? Keep the secret from me. And on top of that, like, that's her brother. You know what I mean? And she's probably looking at it too, like, my brother is not like that. Like, he's loyal, he's protective, things like that. Yeah. But at the same time, she also has to remember, which he reminded her at one point and seems to have to remind her a few times, is that I'm my own man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think she kind of forgets that. But yeah, I'm glad he told her. I hope that it works out. because I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
We need all hands on deck. Everybody, lose activated or reactivated, should I say? He freaking, you know what I'm saying, renewed his subscription. Freaking Marvin out here acting crazy.
Yeah.
That's that. So here's what I want to do. I want to do a few quotes before we get out of here. We probably do need to go over a few more scenes that I didn't talk about. Let me just look to make sure, because I gotta see if there's some scenes that we didn't talk about. But we talked about snaps and pop. We talked about that. All right. So this was a hilarious scene to me. Because this dude is over here talking about how, I think he's too cute for me and all of this, but my friends tell me that I am a catch. So whatever he was saying, Rock is just sitting there. I'm like, yo, why did they write this into this script?
That was relief. It got it.
Yes, it has to be. It was hilarious, okay? And she just sitting there silently like, oh my gosh. Like, listen, I'm counting on you and everything. Like,
I love that. I called this earlier where I love when Rock be having conversations and just letting people talk, and she be wanting to say something, but she's like, she be just holding her tongue so bad. You can see it on her face like this ninja.
Yeah. And it's sad because, what's up, Tasha Fladger? It's sad because he's all she has.
Yeah.
So she has to kind of like be humble about it and everything. Mm-hmm. And he's a whole screw up. A whole screw up.
He not even. I think you got to do stuff to screw up. He not even doing stuff.
It's like over here. Somebody said he needs a therapist. He needs a therapist. Like, he really does need a therapist.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, yeah, she, he was thinking it was therapy time. I'm like,
yes, and Rock is like, oh my gosh, I'm counting on you, David. Like, come on. Oh, he's like, I like to be needed. I like to be needed.
He's like, freaking David. Drugs.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. So we're gonna do some quotes, and yeah. One of the quotes that I have 3 quotes. I told you I wasn't friendly, nigga. So then I just thought that this shot was like really incredible. Yeah. And it's so weird to me. Like, you can feel the creep vibe all over him when he said, I need you to come in. Why do I need to come in? I could talk to you right out here. I don't need to be in your house. So you're nasty because as soon as you see that I'm a female, you want me to come in.
Yeah. I didn't like least favorite.
I'm like, what is oh my gosh, we didn't do least favorite, girl. You're right. So good. Talk about your least favorite moment. Go ahead, girl.
Like, did you just get out? Because clearly Juke is a stud. Like, don't get me wrong, girls dress tomboyish in the 90s, whatever. So I'm gonna say, but I don't know, just giving up Juke vibe. I'm just like, you ain't her type. But he didn't, you know what I'm saying? He over there, don't know her, acting like you cooking.
Right.
Taking off your jacket, like what are we doing? You about to assault her right in your house?
Yeah.
On the sticky couch with the cover with the plastic on there? Like, what we doing? What we doing? But I'm glad and that's the thing. I do like the fact that they're putting in bits and pieces still with that Juke going through stuff. You know, we see her assaulted by, not assaulted, but you know, the Wall Street dudes is kind of catcalling her, saying she like, you know, they like black girls, see what she went through in the army, she's going through. So I like these little things. And sometimes when she goes 0 to 100, she was at the basketball court. That's the part I'm like, hold up, let's slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little, because she was so ready. I was so glad she didn't delete those boys. I was so glad. Yeah. Because I was like, Juke, come on. And I knew they were innocent.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was I liked this this quote. I told you I wasn't friendly. Like, listen to me. Flirts Next Door said, yeah, OC's brother made me mad uncomfortable as a man, and I was happy Juke roughed him up. Yeah, he was over there breathing hard, like
Like your brother missing, you worried about getting your rocks off. You ain't
right. Like, how is you not stressed out right now? Oh my gosh. Man, he tried to get up on Juke in the worst way and got a surprise. Yes. Told you I wasn't friendly. Like, what are you doing? David was actually describing, thank you, Robbie, for the $5 super chat. David was actually describing Rock's emotional pathology. Hear the words and not the behavior. In this case, Rock needs a therapist too. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Lou took out Dr. Umar Allstate quickly. He sure did. He had to. Because I don't want to call him Dr. Umar. I'm sorry. Because Kenyatta, he was on something. He was a bully.
Yeah.
He had to get dealt with. You know, you have to deal with the bully because they don't stop. Yeah. He was even bullying the dude in the car. Like, if you don't want to do it now, you can circle another time. You know, like, yo.
And that's why you need to always have snacks at the stakeout. Yeah. And Miss King, this was another scratch in my head moment. Why is it a week later and we now just pulling up at OC's house? That's what I'm saying, Kanan, you horrible at looking for people because, bruh, like, you don't want your bread. Because that would have been the first place I went. You wait.
Sorry about that. Close the door. Sorry.
He ain't been home in days. Like the first,
right.
That's the first stop. I'm going to your house. Like,
yeah. Like, what is happening? And yeah, I'm going to your house. And then, well, OC, what is his name? Yeah, OC. He was saying he hasn't gone home because of the fact that he knows that he's afraid that Kanan, well, he ain't been there in a week, like you said. But girl, I'm sorry.
I know. It's baffling.
I'm done. Cause like, yeah, you're right. Why did Kanan take so long to go to his house, right?
Yeah.
And you sending Juke.
Yeah. Huh? That's what I'm saying. He didn't even do it. Juke went.
Yeah. Whatever. And she was supposed to go see the mother.
Exactly.
Why didn't you ask for the mother?
That's what I'm saying.
You asked for OC. Hi, is your mom here? No? Okay, thank you. And then maybe after that, because I've probably been the type of person that, all right, I came here, I need an answer about something. So if the mom's not available, I'm like, have you seen OC? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Nah, like, you're not going to have me come in. Especially you told me your mother's not home. All right, bye. What the heck going on with you? So let's see what the next quote is. The one you just said. I can't wait for all your new drugs to come here.
Oh God! If we weren't in business, we could hang out. Right. Not all the time, though. Just when I need to pick you up.
I can't wait for all your new drugs to come here. I mean, like, even that statement, it was hilarious, but it was also scary at the same time.
Yeah, because you smoking it probably.
Yeah, you're smoke. He's probably using it, but at the same time, he just seems like he's gonna be one of these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why would you even say that?
Go ahead, sorry.
We're in business. This is the business that we do. We don't freaking call them drugs. What are you doing? Like, I'm just so confused. I would be so afraid if I was Rock. Like, yeah, I don't know. We got to find somebody ASAP because after this, he's going to meet with his mom and his brother very soon because that's the end game for this. That's the end goal for him. We got to get rid of him, but we got to find a replacement first.
Yeah, because he's scaring me. He's not even taking care of business. There's so-called payroll issues. There's employees. Like, what are you doing?
He's so scary, yo. Like, I can't.
Did we even have the prom yet? You still planning that? Like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
David is not scared. Marvin tried to scare him, right? And then she's telling Marvin, like, you gotta be responsible for this freaking crazy guy.
Crazy responsible. The blind leading the blind.
Yeah, yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
Oh, he said that quote pissed me off mad loud, like shut the F up. I was Right. And using Rock's drugs right in front of her. Right. Like, what the heck is going on? And can't wait. Okay, so my last quote and my favorite quote of the episode. Jumbo niggas. That was my favorite one. They're over there looking for him. I mean, they're over there looking like, wait, we got, you know what I'm saying? We want to get two of them at the same time. Lulu already knows, and y'all should have knew better.
I love that. They were slipping. They thought he was slipping.
Right. Biggest mistake of your life.
I love that. Oh, I love that scene.
Yeah, loved it. Jumbo.
Smiling. Oh, this is so good. So good.
Jumbo niggas, yo. Oh my gosh. I was like, Lulu, yes.
Checkmate.
Let me tell you something. I went to see the movie Sinners last night, and I'm not trying to do no spoilers, but like one of the brothers has like a gangster scene, and I was so here for it. And sometimes I'm so mad at my infatuation for gangster-ish. Like I really am, because it makes me feel like a sinful person. But I'm so infatuated with it. I'm like, Lord, what's wrong?
I don't know.
Anyway, but no, not in real life though. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, it's entertainment.
It's just entertainment. But you know,
I did
anyway.
have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
There was a scene I wanted you to kind of touch on, because I don't think we touched on this when Unique went to see Snap and Pops.
Okay, right, we didn't.
What do you feel about that? Like, you know, he's over here. Do you think they already? Because he mentioned he's back by Jersey. Now, do you think? I don't know. I feel like they didn't know that. But what do you think about his proposition? Like, do you know? Because they deem themselves as Switzerland, and I when they first said that, I was like, they're going to be Switzerland. Well, pretty much they said till we're not. So I'm like, I feel like when they officially choose a side, that's when it's going to be a problem. Or if they do choose a side. So do you think they may possibly try to team up with Unique? I don't know. Your next move.
Yeah, like I feel like they were kind of enticed by his proposition.
Yeah.
I think it was a good proposition.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of feel like when it comes to anything that has to do with undermining Rock, they're here for it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm really curious about how it's all gonna play out. What did he say to them again?
Well, he pretty much said, Rock slipping, I'm getting mad traction. Pretty much, I want to team up with me.
Right.
And Pop was like, well, you talking big ish without no connect. And he was like, well, there's, you know, a bunch of people pretty much ready to fill in with Quan. That was another thing Quan mentioned of Marvin, like, you got to worry about who's backing me. So I'm like, dang, like, this is too much. And then Pop's over here just talking mad ish to Unique. I was like, yo, like,
let the grown people talk, grown folks talk, girl.
Calling him a crip keeper, whatever she was saying.
Go crawl back up in your coffin or wherever you came from. Like, you're doing the most right now.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna definitely play the game, and they're gonna make. I'm hoping, this is what I'm hoping, they're gonna make a bad move.
Yeah,
they're gonna make a bad move.
Me too.
Because if they decide to do that and get on, but at the same time, they are working with they're working with what's his name, right? Stefano.
Well, I don't know if they're working with them, but they're
like they have some type of connection with him.
Yeah, I don't know if they have business per se though.
Because that's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see them necessarily jumping on Unique's, you know, train or whatever, and then screwing things up with Stefano, because Stefano is right here in New York. Now, why am I gonna go over here with Unique? But I feel like they're gonna do something to make it messy though.
Yeah, because Unique was pretty much propositioning like, hey, they can pretty much team up and do like a
Yeah.
bar. Like, we can join
Yeah.
forces and all make bread. That's what I took from it.
Right. Yeah. Thank you for reminding. Because that's why I said, what did he say again? Because I knew it was a good proposition because the fact that he was talking about both sides teaming up. So thank you for that reminder. Because I knew, I'm like, I know I watched it twice, but I didn't take that note down, whatever. So yeah, that part right there. If they happen to try to, make some type of team up or some type of truce or whatever, I just see it going bad. It's either they're going to try to do some sneaky stuff or it's going to backfire on them.
Yeah.
And I'm here for the backfiring.
Yes, I'm ready. I just want to know what move y'all going to do. So yeah. I also want to point out, I do like the fact that Kanan did not disclose that he thinks Rock is behind Famous.
Yes. Yes.
Because he be worrying me sometimes.
Yeah.
But the fact that he told Juke he's not 100%, which is weird because you seem dead set when you talked to Crystal that last episode. So I'm like, what's going on, Kanan? But I do like the fact that Crystal kind of, told him like, yo, you so mad at her, you willing to blame everything bad that happens, on her. So I do, Crystal, I don't hate her, but she has put in some good things in Kanan's ear, I feel.
Yeah, she has definitely. Yeah. Flirts Next Door. Yes, that was the scene I was talking about. Oh my gosh, I was so here for it. So we have some people in the comment section talking about this pizza. Yeah. And I guess I just wasn't paying that much attention to it, y'all. Okay, we got issues with the pizza scene, yo. The New Yorkers in the building are mad that somebody left their slice.
She threw it away.
Huh?
She threw it away.
Oh, you talking about Juke? She threw away her pizza. Yeah. Who's doing that?
Yeah, that pissed me off. Sorry.
Who's doing that?
Yeah. Like we eat
that was very stupid. Yeah. Sometimes I just be like, some things I'll be looking at, and I guess today I was looking at things and I'm just watching. But that I let that kind of go over my head because I've been so just drained in my mind. Oh, like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I paid for that pizza, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, it's New York pizza. And I'm not throwing it away for nobody. It's coming with me.
Yeah.
She even said she just want to enjoy it. Why would you throw it away?
Yeah. You had a long day. Marvin would never do that.
No, right. Maybe that was something you got from your mom. Because no.
I mean, you want appetite? I don't think so. Like you even though it's probably like, in the 90s, it was like $1.25 at that time. It wasn't anywhere from 75 cents to $1.25.
Yeah.
But still.
Man, oh man. Well, that's pretty much that, guys. I don't think we have anything else to say. Like Tasha said, for sure she got that from her mother. My mother.
Oh gosh.
56 people in the building. Please hit the like button. Thank you guys so much for being here. Pretty girl, what is going on your channel? Please let us know.
Yeah, Raising Kanan reviews every Sunday morning, 11:15 Eastern Standard Time. And that's all for right now. Well, we do have the Pretty Thorough podcast with Willow and I on Thursdays. We're taking a little break. Life is lifing. But yeah, tune into the previous episodes if you don't mind.
Yes, tune in. Okay. Now for me, it's Raising Kanan, guys. I've been trying, like she said, life is lifing. So I've been, I would love to go back to my midnights. It's not canceled or anything. It's just sometimes I can't make it for midnight on Friday. So hopefully we will resume next Friday at midnight, technically Saturday. And DeMarcus is saying that The Shy is premiering May 16th. Absolutely. So we're not there yet. So we're talking about what's coming up for the week right? And so what's coming up for the week is Raising Kanan. I totally missed the freaking news about Godfather of Harlem premiering. I've missed like 3-4 episodes already, so I got to catch up on that because I review that show. So I think I'm just gonna do like quick videos, and that's that. I'm hoping I have time to do videos. If I don't, then I'm probably gonna do a live where I just like mesh everything together so I could get caught up. That is what I'm going to be doing on this channel, y'all. Thank you guys so much for being here. HEA starring Toya, Cortland, Steven Harris, DeMarcus Vaughn, Flirts Next Door, AG, Monica M, all my people. I love you guys. I'm trying to look at everybody. Dale, Dexter Cumberbatch, so iconic in the building. What up? Robbie, DeMarcus, Kelly, Renee, you guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. Take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.